Hello, welcome to WAGMI. Glad to have you here for another episode. Today we're delving into THORChain, one of the most innovative and ambitious projects in DeFi. By the end of this video, you'll understand how THORChain enables true cross-chain asset swaps without centralized custody, how it's secured, and the crucial role of its native token, RUNE. So if you're ready to explore how THORChain could change decentralized finance, hit that like button and let's dive right in. Let's start with the origins of THORChain, a story shrouded in mystery. THORChain was created by a team of anonymous developers with a unique approach. Unlike most crypto projects with a clear organizational structure and visible leadership, THORChain has no CEO, no official foundation, and no central authority. The idea here is to create a platform that truly embodies decentralization, where the protocol is maintained by the community and for the community.
So I want to make that very point clear. There is no the founder of THORChain, and I certainly don't call myself that. There is a bunch of people who put a lot of time, effort, and resources to make this dream of decentralized liquidity true and working and feasible. And we're only halfway through, for sure. We still have so much more work to build.
Development happens transparently on GitHub, where developers submit updates directly to the network's codebase. This creates a unique balance. The devs contribute, but they don't control. In this setup, each part of the network relies on the other. The nodes run the code provided by developers, stakers add liquidity to power the network, and swappers provide the demand that keeps the protocol thriving. It's a self-sustaining economy rooted in decentralized ideals. At its core, THORChain is a Layer 1 blockchain operating as a decentralized exchange, DEX, with a specific focus, cross-chain swaps. Built on the Cosmos SDK, THORChain functions as an autonomous, non-custodial backend for swapping assets across separate blockchains. So what does this mean for users? Imagine you have Bitcoin and want to swap it directly for Ethereum. Most DeFi platforms require you to use wrapped versions of these assets. But on THORChain, you can swap BTC for ETH directly, without ever moving to a custodial, centralized exchange or relying on wrapped assets. This unique architecture offers four main advantages. 1. Native swaps. THORChain allows you to swap actual Bitcoin for actual Ethereum, for example, rather than tokenized versions of these assets. 2. No central intermediaries. There's no registration, no account verification. Simply send your transaction, and THORChain handles the swap. 3. Fair pricing. THORChain achieves transparent pricing through continuous liquidity pools, CLPs, rather than relying on centralized price feeds. 4. Continuous liquidity. These pools allow for efficient trades with minimal slippage and provide liquidity providers with an incentive to keep assets on hand. In essence, THORChain serves as a cross-chain automated market maker, similar in functionality to Uniswap, but without the need to lock assets into a single blockchain or use pegged assets. Now let's get into the tech that makes THORChain's cross-chain functionality possible, Bifrost. Named after the bridge in Norse mythology that connects worlds, Bifrost connects blockchains by facilitating communication between THORChain and various external networks. Here's how it breaks down. 1. State pegs. A one-way state peg allows THORChain to monitor the state of other blockchains, syncing incoming transactions from external networks like Bitcoin and Ethereum. 2nd state machine. This is THORChain's transaction processing engine. It organizes transactions, determines the necessary state changes, and ensures that each swap executes as expected. 3rd, TSS protocol. THORChain uses a threshold signature scheme, or TSS, where nodes coordinate to collectively sign transactions. This prevents any single point of failure and secures transactions. Through Bifrost, THORChain integrates blockchains in a way that seems almost seamless, despite the technical complexity. The middleware processes incoming transactions, coordinates their execution on THORChain, and then finalizes them on the output chain, ensuring that swaps happen safely and quickly. To facilitate secure asset storage and fast transactions, THORChain employs a unique vault system, which includes two types of vaults: Asgard and Yggdrasil. Asgard vaults. These are large vaults with a distributed committee, usually 27 of 40 validators, and serve as THORChain's main holding area for assets. When users swap assets, their funds typically go into these Asgard vaults first. Yggdrasil vaults. For faster outgoing transactions, THORChain uses smaller, single-signer vaults known as Yggdrasil vaults. Each node on THORChain runs an outbound Yggdrasil vault, enabling it to execute transactions on external blockchains quickly. The two-vault system combines security and speed. Assets are kept secure in Asgard vaults, while Yggdrasil vaults handle the outgoing transactions, allowing the network to operate smoothly. THORChain even employs a sharding mechanism to split or merge Asgard vaults based on node count, optimizing the security and storage capacity as the network grows. RUNE is more than just a token. It's the backbone of the entire THORChain ecosystem. It has four major roles which ensure that the network operates smoothly and efficiently. 1. Settlement asset. Every liquidity pool on THORChain is paired with RUNE. For instance, if there's $100,000 worth of BTC in a pool, there's an equivalent $100,000 worth of RUNE paired with it. 2. Network security. Nodes must bond twice as much RUNE as is pooled in liquidity. This bond serves as an economic incentive for nodes to act in the network's best interest, aligning their security with the protocol's growth. 3. Governance. RUNE holders participate in governance, determining which liquidity pools should be active based on the amount of liquidity they hold. 4. Incentives. RUNE is used to reward liquidity providers and node operators, creating incentives for continuous participation and securing the network's economic foundation. With this multifaceted role, RUNE ensures that the THORChain ecosystem has the security, functionality, and incentivization it needs to sustain long-term growth. Security in THORChain is handled through an innovative proof-of-stake (POS) model based on Tendermint, Cosmos's Byzantine fault-tolerant consensus mechanism. Here's how it works. Validator nodes. THORChain uses a distributed set of over 120 validator nodes. These nodes validate transactions and maintain the blockchain's integrity. Incentives and penalties. Nodes that act maliciously are penalized, while those that uphold the network's security are rewarded with RUNE. This incentivizes good behavior, ensuring that the network remains secure and trustworthy. Instant finality. With Tendermint, transactions on THORChain achieve instant finality, meaning that once a transaction is confirmed, it's final. This reduces the risk of chain reorganization, which can be a vulnerability in other proof-of-work or proof-of-stake blockchains. Combined, these security mechanisms ensure that every swap, every deposit, and every withdrawal on THORChain is processed securely. Providing liquidity on THORChain isn't just an opportunity to earn yield. It's a crucial role in keeping the platform balanced and functional. When you deposit assets into a THORChain liquidity pool, you earn a combination of swap fees and rewards based on various factors, including swap volume. Higher volume means more fees and potential yield. Liquidity pools. The percentage of the pool you own impacts the yield you receive. Incentive pendulum. This unique mechanism automatically adjusts rewards to keep the balance between liquidity providers and node operators. For anyone familiar with staking or providing liquidity on other platforms, THORChain offers a comparable but uniquely rewarding system, giving participants a direct incentive to contribute liquidity and stabilize the network. Let's break down how swaps actually work on THORChain. Say you're a user who wants to swap Bitcoin for Ethereum. Here's what happens. 1. Inbound transaction. First, you send your BTC to THORChain's designated BTC address. THORChain's nodes then pick up this inbound transaction and verify it. Second, RUNE is the intermediary asset. THORChain uses RUNE as a bridge asset between pools. Once the BTC is received, it's swapped for an equivalent value of RUNE in the BTC pool. Then RUNE is immediately swapped in the ETH pool for ETH, creating a double swap process. BTC, RUNE, then RUNE, ETH. 3. Outbound transaction. Finally, the ETH is sent from THORChain's vault to your specified Ethereum address, completing the cross-chain swap.
So on. And so these nodes just kind of observe these addresses and watch for inbound activity or outbound activity, and that's reported on chain. So, hey, I saw, David sent 1 Bitcoin to us, and in the memo, or called an op return in Bitcoin speak, says, oh, I want to swap to Ether, and here's my OX address, and here's what I want to execute. And then all the nodes just, observe this transaction on the Bitcoin network, push that observation into the THORChain network, and then once a 2/3 majority all agree that this Bitcoin came into the network, it executes some business logic to do the actual swap and trade of the AMM itself, and then we assign a transaction on the outbound to send you your ETH on the other side.
The swap fees are split across this process, with an inbound fee paid in BTC and an outbound fee paid in ETH. Because THORChain leverages native assets and direct vault holdings, swaps are fast, efficient, and require no wrap tokens, making it a seamless user experience. Swapping assets has never been easier or more direct than with THORChain, which executes everything in a trustless, decentralized manner. THORChain is pushing the boundaries of what's possible in DeFi by enabling true cross-chain asset transfers without central custody, wrapped assets, or intermediaries. With RUNE at its core, this protocol blends innovative security, liquidity, and functionality, all governed by a community-driven ecosystem. THORChain isn't just a tool for swapping assets. It's a vision for a more interconnected, decentralized financial system, where anyone can move assets across blockchains seamlessly. As we continue to see rapid growth in the DeFi space, THORChain could very well be a game changer, breaking down the walls between different blockchain ecosystems and bringing us closer to the future of interoperable finance. Thanks for watching, and if you found this breakdown helpful, consider subscribing for more deep dives into the world of decentralized finance. Drop a comment below if you have questions or want us to cover another DeFi protocol. Until next time, keep exploring, and we'll see you in the next video.